going to talk about death. Death is a 5-letter word that can take your life and turn it upside down. Death hurts. Many students, many children do not know how to deal with death. Today we're going to look at 3 different characters who have to overcome death in their life. In our first book, Ways to Live Forever by Sally Nichols, our main character is Sam. My name is Sam. I'm 11 years old. I collect stories and fantastic facts. By the time you read this, I will probably be dead. This is written as a collection of journal entries, lists, questions, and facts and pictures of Sam and his life. Sam is an 11-year-old boy who has leukemia. Sam lives in England with his mom, dad, and sister Ella. Mom is a worrier. She's constantly worried about Sam. Is he going to be okay? She's very cautious about what he can and can't do. Dad denies that Sam is truly sick. Dad likes to think that he's going to be okay. Ella loves her brother, but she's very jealous of him and all of the visitors and presents and well wishes that he gets. Because of his sickness, Sam must have school at home. He has a friend, Felix, who is also terminally ill and in a wheelchair. Felix comes over for classes too, with Miss Willis, their private tutor. Miss Willis assigns them one day an assignment to write a story, any story about anything, nothing in particular even. And Sam writes a list. Things that he would like to do in his life. Sort of like a bucket list, if you will. Number 1, be a famous scientist. Find things out and write books about them. Number 2, break a world record. Not an athletic one, obviously, but a silly one. Number 3, watch all the horror films I'm not allowed to watch. R's or NC-17. Number 4, go up, down escalators and down, up escalators. Number 5, see a ghost. Number 6, be a teenager, do teenage things, like drink, smoke, have girlfriends. Number 7, ride in an airship. Number 8, go up in a spaceship and see the Earth from space. Everything in this story is set around that list. You see, his friend Felix, he's always up for a challenge, so he makes sure to try to mark all of these off his list. The first one he marks off is breaking a world record. Sam and Felix set up a dance club in his bedroom using a small piece of furniture. And voila, they have created the world's smallest nightclub. Then, Felix has Sam come over to his house, and they watch a horror movie, The Exorcist. The boys said they weren't scared, but I think they really were. Then Felix takes Sam to meet his uncle and his cousin Kaylee. His uncle owns a bar. He begs his cousin Kaylee to take them in the bar while no one's in there and give them a shot. She does. They each get a shot of liquor, and Felix even sneaks his older brother's cigarettes and they smoke a cigarette. Then his cousin Kaylee tops it off by kissing Sam. Mark number 6 off the list. Shortly after, they're at the mall and he gets to fulfill that wish. Then, sadly, Felix gets sick and must go into the hospital. Sam decides he wants to go see him, knowing that it's not good. While there, Sam's holding his hand. Felix is unconscious. Felix opens his eyes for a brief moment and passes away, holding Sam's hand. After that, Sam starts thinking of questions and writing them down and learning facts about coffins. Sam writes down questions like, why does God allow kids to die? Why do you die? What does it feel like to die? What do you look like when you're dead? What does a dead person smell like? What do they do to you after you're dead? Where do you even go after they bury you? Some hard-left questions that he asked himself. Shortly after Felix passes away, his nurse Annie comes to visit Sam. She asks how he's doing. Sam says fine. His mom said no, he's not. His bones are hurting and he's tired. He's sleeping a lot more. Annie asks Sam and Sam tells her it's true. It doesn't feel good. Annie takes a look at Sam and does some blood work and tells him that she doesn't think the medicine's working anymore. His mom tells him, you're going to keep taking this medicine. Sam said, Mom, it's enough. I've had 2 rounds of chemo and now I've taken these pills that aren't working. I don't want to take pills anymore. I just want to live my life. So he does. Annie tells him that he could live 2 weeks up to 2 months tops without medicine. Sam is determined to ride in an airship and see Earth from outer space. Does Sam get his wish? What happens to Sam? You have to read the book to find out, and trust me, You want to read to find out what happens to Sam and if he gets his last 2 wishes. This book will have you laughing and crying in parts. Our next book that we're going to look at is So Be It by Sarah Weeks. So Be It is a realistic fiction book that also talks about death. The main character in this is 12-year-old Heidi. Heidi lives in Reno, Nevada with her mom, So Be It. They live in an apartment. Next door, they have their neighbor, Bernadette. There are 2 apartments share a door so that they can go back and forth between the 2 apartments without ever leaving. You see, Bernie is scared of going outside. Her father passed away of a heart attack instantly on his 75th birthday while they were out to eat. Ever since then, Bernie refuses to go outside her door. Bernadette becomes Heidi's mom's caretaker. She tries to teach her words. She tries to teach her how to take care of herself. She also becomes a mom-like figure to to Heidi. But that's just not enough for Heidi. Heidi's always felt like something else was missing in her life. One day, Bernie and Heidi were cleaning out a closet, and they found a picture and a red sweater. The picture had a young pregnant lady who Heidi thought it had to be her mom, and an older lady standing behind her. And then behind that, she could see a sign that said Hilltop Home, Liberty, New York. Heidi instantly starts to question, you know, I don't even know my mom's last name. Is So Be It really her name? What is this word Suf? See, Heidi's mom really can't talk a whole lot. And Suf is this word that she uses all the time, but yet no one can really define it. When's our birthday? Do I have a grandmother? Where's my dad? Where's the rest of my family? Bernie tells her sometimes it's just best not to know things. Heidi doesn't agree with that. Bernie tells her, okay, honey, I'll call. I'm going to call this place, if it even still exists, and I'll try to find out information for you. Bernie calls day after day after day, only to be shut down and ignored. Heidi decides then and there she knows what she has to do. Heidi is going to Liberty, New York. She wins money at a local slot machine using her lucky streak that she's had her whole life. And she wins enough money, one time, pulling that trigger, she wins enough money to buy her a bus ticket. Bernie is absolutely furious. She cannot believe that Heidi would go behind her back and do this. After a few days of arguing, Bernie decides to let her go. Let her find out about her life. So Heidi sets out on her trip. On the way, she meets many people on this bus. And it makes her crave wanting a family even more. It makes her crave wanting to know her past even more. When she arrives at Hilltop Home, it's a beautiful place. She walks in, things really aren't as they seem. Mr. Thurman Hill, who runs and operates it, tells her to leave and never come back. He said, I'm not giving you any more of my money, and I'm not giving that Bernie woman any more of my money either. Heidi has no clue what he's talking about. She's hurt. She's confused. Then someone in the corner turns around and says the word Suf, her mom's magic word. She knows instantly that it's meant for her to be there. While there, she finds out who her grandfather is, her dad, her grandmother. She finds out what her name is, her real last name, when she was born, when her mom was born. She finds out many of these facts. Sadly, there's a tragic event back home. Heidi must then and there decide, do I want to live here in Liberty, New York, in my newfound life, or do I want to return back to Reno, Nevada, and live with Bernie, the only mom she's really ever known? Our third and last book that we're going to look at today, knocked over a book, is Missing May. Missing May is a Newbery Award winner written by Cynthia Rylant. Missing May is a very quick and easy read, and it deals with death. Missing May's main character is Summer. Summer is a bright 11-year-old girl. Her mom passes away sadly at a very young age. By the time she was 6, she had already been passed around from relative to relative to relative in Ohio. Her great aunt and uncle, Ob and May, come to visit some relatives in Ohio. While they're there, they fall in love with Summer, And Summer really knows what it's like to be loved this time. She instantly has this feeling with Ob and May that she's meant to be with them. Ob and May decide to take her back home. Home is a rusty old trailer in Deepwater, West Virginia. Although it's rusted on the outside and the inside, Summer describes it as paradise. She loves living with Ob and May. May is a big woman who's full of life. Ob is more reserved, and he likes to build whirligigs as his hobby. Not just ordinary whirligigs, you see. Whirligigs that look like thunder and lightning in the sky. Heaven, hell, lightning rods. Summer is having the time of her life. 6 years later, when Summer turned 12, May was out gardening, as she called it. Sadly, May died of a heart attack in her garden. It fit her right, though, to die in her garden. However, that big hole in their lives was never filled. Summer tried to make up for it. She tried to take care of Ob in the way that May would. She tried to take care of that rusty old trailer in Deepwater, West Virginia, the way that May would. Sometimes she just didn't feel like she was good enough. One day, she and Ob are outside, and they're making bird feeders to hang from the tree. And all of a sudden, Ob starts going, "Hot dog! Hot diggity dog!" And the whole time, he's looking up at the sky. Summer starts running over there thinking, "Oh no, what in the world has happened?" She said, "Oh, what is it? What is it?" He said, "Shh, shh. Oh, what is it? What's wrong, Ob?" "May is here." Summer starts thinking, "Oh no, what in the world has happened?" He said, "May is really here. She's here with me. I feel her. I can feel her spirit." Summer thinks Ob has really lost it now. She thinks Ob is just so far in depression and she's worried about what's going to happen to her. They've got a neighbor named Cletus Underwood who goes to school with Summer right down the road. Cletus is a one-of-a-kind character. Cletus is a collector, you see. He collects leaves one day, the next week he may be collecting stamps. He may be collecting coins. His latest collection is pictures. He collects pictures of any kind, anywhere. And it doesn't matter where he gets it. From the trash can, it doesn't matter. Ob tells Cletus, Summer really didn't want him to, but Ob tells Cletus about May's spirit coming to him. Cletus thinks it's a jolly good old thing. He said, "I believe in spirits. I even know someone who can help us get in touch with May." It's all over with for Ob. Ob is determined to get back in touch with May's spirit, just to see her and feel her presence one more time. Cletus brings a brochure that he found with a picture of Reverend Miriam Young from Putnam County. And it's just the next county over. Right then and there, Ob decides he's got to go. He's got to go see this medium and see if she can bring his sweet May back to him one more time. Ob, Summer, and old Cletus Underwood all set out for a road trip of their life to Putnam County to bring May's spirit back to them. Do they succeed? Will May come back and visit them one more time? What'll happen to Summer's future? Trust me, you need to read this book to find out. You know, I'm sitting in a cemetery and I'm looking around and I'm thinking, it doesn't matter, young or old, death's going to happen. And we need to be ready to provide our students with books that's going to help them overcome this tragedy that we must deal with in